Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Lucky family. Try to do the best that I can. The wind is blowing. Lord willing, I can stay. You know, Lord willing. If not, we'll do what I got. Shalom, shalom. Let me make sure the volume on my side is good. Oh, it's clear? Oh, praises. Let's go. Right? What a beautiful day it is. I mean, a beautiful night. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the one true power. Couldn't have been done without him. Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. For the ones that's new to the channel, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. And double honors to the elder apostles, prophets, and bishops, a great millstone, who will well in the spirit, teaching this word and believing this word, Lord willing that they can endure and be sincere, right? Teaching the Most High's ministry. And mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere in the same spirit. So, like your family. And shalom to the Akwathium that are believers of this word. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Right? It's a beautiful time to be in this truth, a beautiful time to be in the Lord's ministry. You know, I don't really know how far or how deep we gonna get into what may come out, but you know, for the past few days I was thinking on Ezekiel 34. You know, was listening to the brothers, GMS, the spiritual temple, I believe, Temple 2, right? They were doing a series on Ezekiel. And I'm like, wow, that's hitting. And you know, there's a lot going on, let alone when we take this job, you gotta take it serious, right? So I'm gonna actually start with that precept. I'm gonna go to James, the 3rd chapter. And we're gonna start it off with the first verse. And I'm gonna read the NLT. It says, "Dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church." Well, a woman can't be a teacher in the church. Well, in her household, she's teaching children, right? And if it comes across a single sister, she's teaching her, right? But this is not about a woman's ministry, right? But her ministry consists of children. Just had to say that. So again, dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly, right? So if the Lord is calling you to teach, you're going to be judged more strictly, right? So this is why, you know, not being proud, but being humble, you want to know that you're teaching 100% of the Most High's doctrine, right? Which is 100% truth. The Lord didn't give us 90. He damn sure didn't give us 75. He didn't give us 50-50, right? He gave you 100% truth, you know? Everything beginning from Genesis to 2nd Maccabees, Genesis to Revelation. right? If you can't get that in your thick skull, this truth is not for you, right? The Lord called us to teach his truth. And I'm going to even go to that one in Proverbs, the 4th chapter. This is Proverbs, the 4th chapter, reading verse 1 and 2. It says, hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. Right? So let's see. Let me see something real quick. Don't mind me. Let's go back to that Proverbs 4, verse 2. You know me, I always like looking up words because I seen how much the elder apostles do it, and it makes the lesson more sense. Right? So I'm gonna just go to it. For doctrine in that
Strong's age 3948.
Lakash, right? So doctrine, it goes into learning, teaching, insight, right? We're giving you insight on parables, dark sayings, prophecies, the milk, right? And we giving it raw and straight and direct, regardless how anybody feels, in the truth or out the truth, right? Instruction, which we even go back into the law for instruction, right? Which even goes even towards the apostles for you teachers, right? Teaching, things taught, teaching power, fair speech. When you go into the Strong's definition, properly, something received mentally, instruction, whether on the part of the teacher or the hearer, also in action or sincerity, sense, doctrine, learning, and fair speech, right? Let's keep going. It says arts by which one's mind is captivated, right? Compared root, doctrine, which is knowledge, which anyone receives, perceives, or learn, right? So we have to learn the Lord's doctrine, right? What we are supposed to teach, what we are supposed to learn, what we are supposed to be edified, basically building on, right? And how we supposed to move, right? Which is all through the holy scriptures that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua have given us. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16, right? So let me get a side precept. This is Proverbs 27, verse 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds, right? It's a video I did on my page. You know, the sheep knows their shepherd's voice. So when you come with this good doctrine, the sheep is going to know the voice within you, which is all Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, right? To really teach his truth, you must abide. You must remain in his doctrine. You must remain in his truth. 10 toes down, unmovable. Not trying to make your own thing. Not trying to do this thing for view sakes, popularity sakes. You're not trying to do this to be exalted, right? You want to come in this thing being humble. Here we go with the dirt bikes. I thought I was I missed them because, you know, I got off of work early. I didn't think today they was gonna be out. So let's get to the main point of tonight. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1. This goes into Israel lacks of shepherds, right? Because not the ones that is true shepherds, but we lack shepherds. Because on the other side is many wicked shepherds, right? Because everybody has to play their role. Everybody has to play their lot, right? So Ezekiel 34, verse 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel, prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power unto the shepherds. Woe be unto the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves Should not shepherds feed the flock? Right? They're feeding themselves on the money that they get from people that's listening. Right? Because you got to look at the Pharisees. Right? They was about money. They was about wearing the best garment, shining out, looking better than the next. You even had Pharisees when they would pray, looking down on publicans. Don't make me like them. Right? What you really should be praying on, Lord, don't make me a 2/3. Right? But a lot of us is cleaving to this society. We're cleaving to this world and the things that's given to it. Some of the Pharisees say that Caesar is their king. Right? Our king is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You other nations was put in that position. Right? But you're not our king. You're just a captivity king. Right? The shepherds is supposed to feed you this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. St. John chapter 21 starting at 15. He told Peter to feed my sheep and feed my lamb. What is you feeding them? The doctrine of the Lord, that good doctrine he have given you. Right? Let's just get a quick precept if we may. Jeremiah 23:1. I might go to my phone just to make it a little faster. This Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastures, and saith the Lord Yahweh. Right? Because you got to think, if you're a false teacher and you have a gathering, 35,000 people following you on YouTube, or how many people in real life following you, you're scattering the sheep away from the Heavenly Father, right? You bringing them into your own way, and now some people get prideful. Like, it's a sister, Lobeling, if I come across it again, I'll do a video. You got a sister that gets on YouTube, and she might bring out scriptures. And then brothers might say, you don't got a hair wrap on. She said, hey, unless you're prophesying or bringing out scriptures, yeah. But she's quoting scriptures. That still count. But better yet, you shouldn't even be on YouTube bringing forth the message of the Lord. You should stay in your lane and just talk towards women. Better yet, this is not about you, right? If you was more shamefaced, most women that say that they're in the truth wouldn't really make a YouTube page trying to teach at all, because it's going to happen where a man is going to come on your YouTube channel. Then you got people that's not in the truth that might be on your channel like, sister, you bringing it out. If you were shamefaced, you would be embarrassed now that that brother is hearing you. You don't have no power to say, brother, don't be on my YouTube. Even if it say women only. Now your power is gone when you got to go back and forth with a man. A shamefaced woman won't use the web like the men is using to teach the flock, right? Because then now the Lord is just going to just make you a target, you know? A shamefaced woman in his ministry is going to get it, right? A lot of people is leading the sheep the wrong way, and that sister has a husband. Her husband should be making more videos, because then she don't have to do videos. Because we're not only teaching about men, we're teaching about women, we're teaching about these monstrous children, right? And we're teaching about people that's in this truth, and we're teaching about the wicked nation starting with Esau. The men is handling it, right? That's the real shepherds, right? Let's get another one. Let me use my phone so I can make it a little faster. Let me get my phone. Yeah, let's make this a little faster, right? Because I don't got a extra hand on the side of it, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta deal with what we got. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 25. This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 25. There is a conspiracy of her, prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion, raving the prey. The prey is the sheep. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. The true holy things is the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They have put no difference between the holy and the profane, which in this truth, we have to separate the wheat from the tare, the wicked from the righteous, the elect from the non-elect, right? Because there's only one elect, starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3. It says, neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Shabbat, and I am profane among them. Right? We would have to separate the clean from the unclean, especially in spirit or in flesh, like a woman in her period, right? A woman having given childbearing, right? Having a son will have to be removed from her husband to the best of her ability, 40 days. Having a daughter, 80 days, if you was to count it all as in the 2 weeks in the 66 days, right? And unclean when you look at the bed chambers, right? But you know, the bed is undefiled to the Lord. You know, keep making love. But the Lord have given us orders on, just staying alert, especially for your household. We know kids get on the bed. But us as teachers, this is what it comes to. We're teaching everything in the scriptures, right? And if prophets is not separating the things that's clean and unclean, you got brothers saying that they don't sin, but then you'll be like, yo, do you lay with your wife? Is you touching things that your wife is touching when she on her period? They say, yeah, I am, right? But at the end of the day, we have to teach those things that a woman is unclean during her period and during these certain things, because the Lord called us to teach his good doctrine, right? So let's get another one if we may, right? Let's go to Malachi. This is Malachi chapter 3. I'm going to read verse 1. This is, wait, do I really want this? I'm going to read it. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. And I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob. Who the heads of Jacob? Right? Going with the elders, apostles, prophets, men of the Lord. That's the head of the congregation. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 4, the Lord said of men, right? It says, and ye prince of the house of Israel, is not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones, who also eat the flesh of my people, and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as flesh within the cadron. Then shall they cry unto the Lord Yahweh, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace. He that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Right? You false prophets is making war with the Heavenly Father on your false doings, right? In the actions that you're doing. And this is how, through the Rakak Wadash, the Lord put it in your temple not to know you going off, right? This is why we have to be aware of the state of our flock. We have to be aware of what we're teaching, because going back to James 3:1, right? You're going to be strictly judged on your teaching, right? How you move as a prophet or the men of the Lord, right? Distraction, translation, right? What's the translation? Teach the word 100%, regardless if they feel it or not. This is not for everybody. This is only for the elect. This is only for the favorite. This is only for the chosen, right? This is the only for the ones remaining in the faith, right? Back to Ezekiel 34, verse 3. Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with wool, and ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. Right? They're killing them. Right? How is they killing them? Leading them to their own doom, leading them to their own destruction. You false teachers is leading these sheep to the nukes, right? But guess what? It was all in the plan of the Lord, because a lot of y'all just love the glamour. You love the good light. You like the light. You like the shine. You like the party, but you don't like that raw and direct. You don't like that the teaching that puts you on the narrow and make you live a simple life, right? Because this truth is really a woman living being simple, right? A man is moving with logic, but he's giving his all unto Yahweh Shema Shai, and everything he do is like he doing it unto the Lord, right? You can have a little fun, like Yaramayan be saying all the time, but it is not about that. It's about serving Yahweh Shema Shai and growing in faith, right? Because if not, you'll be a castaway. What is it? Tom Hanks, Castaway. You'll be a castaway, right? So again, let me get one, right? Isaiah 56, verse 11. This is Isaiah chapter 56, verse 11. It says, yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. They are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter, right? Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink. And tomorrow shall be as this day, much more abundant, right? They just gonna do the same damn cycle over and over again, getting drunk on their own bullshit. And we have a society now with Israelites that has a podcast demon or a yelling demon, right? Because I was in that sense, you know, you yelling across the street, hey, yo, brother, come hear the word, right? But it's not on that. We should be giving the power to the Lord to calling them over. While you teaching, looking like a fool in the corner, the Lord will have you shining to others. They might beat the horn, or they might pull over. They might be a friend on one of your social medias and come across and be like, yo, I saw you. The Lord is moving, right? St. John 6:44, right? It's the Lord that brings the sheep unto you, right? The word, when you bring it out, is going to gather the flock, right? In some cases, it might come where you see a brother keep looking at you, giving you a look. You're like, yo, brother, you see something over here you like? You seeing your name on the chart? Or, brother, is this something that you hearing that got you intrigued? You know? The sheep is going to hear this, man. St. John chapter 10. We ain't got to make smooth speech. We ain't no damn pimp. You know, you teach thus saith the Lord, and they going to gravitate. They going to cleave to it, right? It's just like Tom and Jerry. When the food is cooking in the air, they start floating, you know, because man's going to the Lord. Message translation, right? It's a beautiful time, bro. That right there is a warning, right? It's an emergency going on. It's a high calling for the elect. It's a high calling for the elect, right? The men of the Lord is out on the highways and byways doing their due diligence, right? Bringing forth 100% of the Most High's doctrine, right? Yeah. Back to Ezekiel 34. Hold on. Let me not be stingy. Let's get another one real quick if we may. Right? Let's go to Matthew. Salaki. I'm going to go back a chapter. Right? Ezekiel 33, verse 25. I'm going to read 25 and 26. It says, let me see. Yep, let's get it. It says, wherefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, ye eat with the blood, and lift up your eyes towards your idols, and shed blood, and shall shall ye possess the land. Ye stand upon your swords, ye work abomination, ye defile every one of his neighbor's wife. And shall ye possess the land? Say thou thus unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Right? Yo, in ancient times, Israel was going hella off. Especially you Pharisees, you Sadducees, and you scribes. Sadducees didn't even believe in the resurrection. They didn't believe in spiritual things. Hold on. Translation, we got brothers that say that they in the camp and they don't believe in the spiritual powers. They don't believe brothers is going to have spiritual powers on this side, right? I don't know what book you reading. We might not be reading the same book. You might be reading the, it's like family. I might just have to stand on this, stand on business with this one, right? You might, a lot of them don't believe in the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They don't believe in that strange salvation. This is why the Lord removed that type of spiritual thought, because some people is not in the spirit. The Lord told us in St. John, which we'll actually get right now, because in order to be a teacher of the Lord's word, you got to be a true worshiper in the spirit and in truth. This is St. John chapter 4, going to verse 22. It says, ye worship ye know not what, and we know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in his spirit and in truth. Right? We must obey him, which that worship goes into. You must obey him in spirit and in truth. Right? So even when it comes to, like, say if, like right now, most of the time when brothers teach, when we go and do camp, we might flow through the spirit. We have to obey him in the spirit, because Lord willing, we're teaching, we're still bringing forth his truth, right? Because some people can be flowing in the spirit and they're not lining up precepts the correct way, right? And how you move in the spirit, how you order your household, right? If you dwelling with your wife according to knowledge, the spirit is going to draw you to do that, right? But let alone you're going to teach her truth, right? This is not about getting over on your wife in a lie, right? Everything that the true men of the Lord, they're going by thus saith the Lord. That's why if a wife really understand her husband and watching these videos continuously, right? Lord willing, the Lord is moving you to watch them, right? If he, maybe you got your own lot, right? But a woman is going to understand this truth by learning under the feet of the men of the Lord. And she's going to understand her role and be more shamefaced daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, right? Because this is not a game. And right now, it's a huge wave of brothers having a spirit of making podcasts going towards women, right? Because America flaunts women on a high stature, right? So again, the true worshipers are men and women. Women worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai under their husband or under the men of the Lord, right? Playing their role and trying to be like, oh, what lesson he come up with today? Oh yeah, let me do better. Most lessons is going towards men, because men is the head of the whole nation, right? But of course, we got to get on you women, right? Women out the truth and women in the truth, because we all need to do better. But you women that's not in the truth, you humble, you women that need to be humble, right? This truth is coming full throttle as a two-edged sword, right? And you must be a prophet teaching everything towards everyone in your nation, man, woman, and child, right? So back to Ezekiel 34, verse 4, the diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought again that which was driven away, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them, right? With cruelty, right? You got brothers saying, hey, look, you can't join our camp unless you believe you can have sex on the Shabbat, right? You really trying to enforce them to go against the Heavenly Father, right? When we think about the Shabbat, you want to make it a separate day from all days. Of course, this is a day of rest, but it should be holy. If you're unclean, you're not in a holy state because you're unclean. Not saying being unclean, laying with your wife is a sin, but doing it on the Shabbat, now it is a sin because you're taking away from what that Shabbat's supposed to be, right? I'm not in here to argue with a nigga about if you want to get freaky on the Shabbat, you're going off, you do you, 69 God, right? But this is about pleasing Yahweh Shem Shai and not pleasing the flesh, right? But let's just, go into some precepts if we may. Excuse me, gotta get the phone sword real quick. Let's get Zechariah chapter 11 verse 16. I'm gonna start at 15. This is Zechariah chapter 11 verse 15. And the Lord Yahweh said unto me, take unto thee yet the instruments of a full shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still, but he shall eat the flesh of the fat and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean, dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. What did Yahweh Shai say in the gospel? Right? If your eye is full of darkness, your whole body is. If your eye is full with light, one eye, the whole body is full with light. Right? You niggas is dead, man. Right? Ain't nothing new under the sun. Let's get that. But we gonna go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15. We're gonna read in the NLT. Easy peasy. It says, what is happening now has happened before. What? The same things that's going on with you false teachers, false niggas, right? It happened before. And what will happen in the future has happened before, because the Most High makes the same thing happen over and over again, right? He makes it happen over and over again, seeing who gonna learn from this example. The ones that's remaining in the faith, the elect, because those are the ones the Lord foreknew that would come back in this thing and stand on business, right? And the elect take accountability, right? Because, well, each captivity had to get woken back up into this thing, But in the eyes of the Lord, the elect don't sin, right? Because it was your program. As a child, you don't know, let alone your mother and father might not be teaching you. So in most cases, the elect is born into a wicked world, a wicked society, or in a wicked union. Their mother and father ain't teaching them shit. So yes, the elect might grow and not know nothing, right? But then the Lord going to enable you in that switch and bring you in this ministry because he knew you was faithful because you were called before the foundations of the earth, right? But you wicked niggas, you were called to go off. You were called to go off, so keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job fucking up, right? Excuse my language, excuse my French. Hey, oui. Excuse my French, right? Let's go to Matthew, the 9th chapter. Matthew, the 9th chapter. Let's drop down. We're going to start at verse 34. Right? This is Matthew chapter 9, verse 34. But the Pharisee said he casteth out devils through the prince of the devils. What is you surprised for? You supposed to be casting out devils and healing people. Just like the verse said, it said that you wasn't doing these things. Right? So let's keep going. 35, it says, and Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, chief house, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, right, which is the good news, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Are you kidding me? Right? This been going on for time and time again. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. Yahushua was showing you the standard. That's why the apostles came just like Yahushua healing. Oh, let me get in the shadow with Peter, because they wanted to get healed. That's the true men of the Lord. I'm trying to keep teaching and keep this gas on the road so I can heal, man. I don't know how it's going to be. Maybe it could just be a thought. Maybe somebody just touch me, touch my garment, or maybe just be in my shadow. Maybe just say Adar Gabar and they get healed because they believe this truth is real, right? This is what I'm working towards, man. I'm working that the Lord use me as much as he can, man, right? Casting out spirits, right? It could be a false teacher, speaking in Hebrew, casting out or throwing out curses, man. I rebuke you in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, in the spirit leave them. I'm working towards that, man, right? Because the elect need some healing. It's some brothers in here that wasn't called to teach. It's some women that got some cancer problems, right? I believe in a time, especially when things get worse, when a hospital closed, you ain't gonna be able to go get that radiation, you know, to go get healed unless you taking that MOTB. And the ones that have faith, they not gonna take the MOTB, but they might still be sick, right? In the time they might need that covering, and they might come to the door. As soon as they see the man's face, they might get healed. I believe that's gonna happen on this side, man. Because I believe in the one true power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is not Harry Potter. I don't know what the heck they were saying in that damn movie, right? But I believe Yahushai's power. I believe in the Heavenly Father's power, right? He created all of this, right? He created the niggas, right? He created the wicked, right? That's power, man, right? And if the same thing keep happening, that means the Lord kept giving you niggas the same movie script over and over and over again. That's power, man, right? And I want to believe in that power. Literally afraid of that power, because the same one that bring you in this truth can remove you like an eraser, right? That's power, right? Like Yahushua, he didn't make himself equal to the Heavenly Father. I'm not trying to be equal. I want to be like you. I want to walk in your shoes. I want to walk in Yahushua's shoes. What is that? The suffering, right? In order to live, you must endure suffering, right? To get that crown. I want to go through what Yahushua went through, right? And the true children, they're going to get that cup. They're going to get that cup. If you believe you're a sheep, you're going to get that cup. You're going to get that cup, right? Regardless if you believe it or not, man. I'm not here to make you believe it, right? But Lord willing, the scriptures does, right? Let's stay in Matthew. Matthew chapter 10, drop it down to 16. I'm going to start at... Let me read that verse again. Should I get it? Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we going to read it. I'm going to read... Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I'm going to just go to the point. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that city, out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city, right? Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, right? You got wolves that are like leaders, and you got wolves that are, you know, a lower level Israelite, right? And they're trying to trip you up. But we're out here to teach this word, regardless if they hear or forbear. And if they don't accept this, if they ain't taking a moment to listen, right, trying to calculate, write down a precept, I don't know how the Spirit gonna move you. But guess what? You've been warned, right? You've been marked. Every car, if you don't, you might not see it because the Spirit might not be in you. I truly believe in this, especially with windows down, when I can see people look at me and I can see them, see me, see them. You have been marked, right? It could be brothers that slowly, it could be an OG, it could be a young man that's hearing this word. And guess what? If he ain't making his due diligence, trying to sharpen himself up, trying to come amongst the men to get that spirit around them, right? You are being marked, right? Some brothers is worried about their wife, their house, their land, their business. Don't you know it's 24 hours in a day you can shut down your business, right? Brothers say they back hurt, my ankle, my foot hurt, right? We got all these motherfucking excuses. Sorry for my language. I'm just getting harsh and rough, you know, with it, right? Your back and your body ache hurt, but you standing at work all day. You ain't you complaining about work, but you ain't saying, hey, look, I got to go home. My back hurt. There's no excuses on this side, especially if you want to be the elect, man. We gotta endure. My feet a little tingly, but who gives a Pop-Tart, right? This word is more important than our life, right? It's you know what? Just cause I said that. I'm thinking of it. What is it? What is it? I'm gonna get this, man. Just cause I just said that, man. I got to. You know what? I'm gonna get it. I believe, yup, we gonna get it right now. Philippians, I believe it's chapter 1. Is it chapter 1? Yes. Yup. This is Philippians chapter 1. In the NLT, I'm gonna start at verse 20. Pay close attention. You got Paul's life for Hamashiach, and then you got the other part, live as citizens of heaven. Right? On earth, we supposed to be acting like we in heaven, or like we get in heaven, like we about to get the crown, like we walking next to Yahushua. This joint hit me when I was at work, and you gotta go harder, right? And I think, and I truly believe the Lord moved me to this, because my plan, since I got off, they let me go home early, right? I'm thinking like I might do video after video, but the Lord allowed me to do something else and said, nah, I'm going to have you bring out something you kept thinking about. And it's Ezekiel 34, because it need to be said. You false teachers got a rude awakening. I brought out James chapter 3, verse 1 in the NLT. Anybody teaching, you're going to be judged strictly, right? It's going to be way severe for you, especially if you was teaching wrong. You was going off. You was trying to be smooth or pimp. Oh, yeah, it's over for you, right? So this Philippians chapter 1 in the NLT, starting at verse 20, it says, "For I fully expect and hope that I will never be ashamed, but that I will continue to be bold for Hamashiach." Wait, pause. Translation, right? The true men of the Lord need to be bold for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Being bold, standing on business, being bold on your doctrine, being bold that you follow 100% truth. It's not my 100% truth. It's the Heavenly Father's 100% truth that was given to the men of the Lord that's down here, which I'm watching, and I truly believe that these is the flock of the men of the Lord. However you may take it, starting with the elder apostles, the bishops, and the prophets, a great millstone. You can take it how you want, but I'm talking about their edification. I'm not talking about how they live, right? I don't know how these brothers living, right? You brothers saying these men smell and this and that. You don't know the state of what these men is like, right? But these men is moving off a book, chapter, verse, right? And they're bringing out every verse. If you don't get it, it's not for you, right? A true teacher is supposed to not be afraid to teach anything, because you're bold in Hamashiach Yahushua, right? It says, as I have been in the past, and I trust that my life will bring honor to Hamashiach, whether I live or die, right? Whether you live in this truth or you die for this truth, it's going to bring honor to Hamashiach Yahushai. And it's not really honor to you. It's always going to bring honor to Hamashiach Yahushai, because Yahushai is like, yeah, your father, I picked him. Then the Lord said, if you confess me, right, unto men, he's going to confess you to the heavenly fathers and to the angels. But if you deny him, he's going to deny you. If you despise him, what? He's going to do the same thing to the heavenly father and to the angels, right? So let's not be ashamed. Hamashiach Yahushai is going to set shit straight, right? Verse 21, it says, "For to me, living means living for Hamashiach, and dying is even better," right? Living for Hamashiach is in this life. Living in his way, living life in the way of Hamashiach Yahushai, and walking in his truth. That's true living. Living is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's that breath of life. Without living, you are dead in the streets of Sodom and Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? And you want to die for this, right? Because you know, some people say, yeah, we got to use cold words, but every day you teach, you're marking yourself. The enemy is marking you. They knowing who you are, you know? It's not necessarily your videos going viral. The Lord is letting his men be known through the Spirit. You might not see it. Don't think because a brother got 1,000 people on this video, 35, 100, like the apostles, they get numbers. Even people in other camps get numbers. The elect it comes in all different shapes and trades, right? So you're being marked and you might not even know it, but it's all the Lord. The ones that he put to really suffer in this, you're getting watched, right? So you're living in Hamashiach Yahushua or dying is going to be even better, right? Because that's a job well done. I don't know if somebody, people in the horn over here, right? Verse 22, it says, but if I live, I can do more faithful work for Hamashiach. So I really don't know which is better, right? Because if we did, we go back in the spirit world, right? We had sleep, we had peace. But if you living, you got more. That's why, I be having dreams, like little fake dreams, either getting shot or stabbed. And every time in a dream, I'm like, yo, Heavenly Father, don't let me die or let me pass, right? Now, one time I had got shot, and I asked the Lord, don't let it be my time. Don't let me go up. And my father came, and he shook my hand, and he grew in faith, but me calling on the Lord, he healed my body, And when I got up, I really felt like, I think the Lord is going to allow, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think the Lord is going to allow me to endure to the end. He's going to allow me to go as long as I can, without dying, and I feel like I'm better at use if I'm alive, if I'm living, This is why I feel the Lord draws men to teach as much, because you're better, you're more used when you're alive. When you're dead, you're in the spirit world, Sidebar. Verse 23, it says, I'm torn between two desires. I long to go and be with Hamashiach, which a lot of us don't want to be here, which would be far better for me. But for your sake, it is better that I continue to live, right? A lot of us I don't want to be here. Man, if the Lord to I'd be happy if he take me. But it would be better that I live for the elect's sake, right? That's a fact, and that's true charity and that's true love. Brothers want to continue doing these videos. Brothers want to continue to look like a fool and lay themselves down for y'all, man. We're no better, but for the elect's sake, we can endure all things, through Hamashiach who strengthened us, which that Philippians 4:13, right? Yahushua is the one that gives us the strength to do these things, right? To teach this word, to be productive in his word, right? 25, knowing this, I am convinced that I will remain alive. I just said that. Just knowing this, I believe that I'm going to remain alive, right? I haven't got shot at or anything, no critical damage, right? So I believe the Lord want me to live to teach this ministry, to teach this 100% truth. I believe he want me to labor with my brother Shemuel, Yaramayan, Asher, and David, and Bashar, right? And the brothers, the Great Waters, Great Millstone, and Buffalo, see them teach, add a few precepts if I may, and watch videos. I believe the Lord got us here for that, right? 26, to 25, it says, knowing this, I am convinced I will remain alive, so I can continue to help all of you grow and experience the joy of your faith, right? This is what we're here for, to help you grow in the faith and the experience of joy in the faith, right? To really believe in something you don't see, right? To help you grow in experience, right? If we're not doing this, you're not going to grow, Verse 26, and when I come to you again, you will have even more reason to take pride in Hamashiach Yahushua because of what he is doing through me, right? Because this is all the Lord doing this. Wait, what is this? Proverbs 16:9, your heart devises your ways, but the Lord directs your steps. Proverbs 20:24, man's going is of the Lord, right? It's the Lord that does it. Then you go to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 12. He said he enabled you because he's seen that you was faithful and he put you in the ministry. It's the Lord working within you, right? The Lord don't search the outer appearance. He's looking at the heart. He's been doing it since time and time again, right? That's Ecclesiastes 3:15. Ain't nothing new that's happening on the earth. The Lord is always looking in the heart, Verse 27, above all, you must live as citizens of heaven, conducting yourselves in a manner worthy of the good news about Hamashiach. Then whether I come to see you again or only hear about you, I will know that you are standing together with one spirit, one purpose, right? Great Millstone, they standing on one purpose. And they're always trying to teach. We should be all teaching the same thing. But if the Lord having us all teaching certain different things, that's the Lord making that purpose for you to be going off. You know, and some brothers left that sound doctrine to build their own altar or their own platform. You know, the Lord really wants us to all be singing one song, not just the law, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies. Right? It says fighting together for the faith, which is the good news. I just want to get this side precept real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 in the NLT. It says, work hard so you can present yourself to the Most High and receive his approval. Be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed or who correctly explains the word of truth. Right? Correctly. Did he give a 5%? Correctly that's a complete word. He's talking about correctly teach 100% of his truth. When you go into G&T, it says, let me just try to go and get it, man, because I don't want to butcher it, you know? I don't want to butcher this. So let's just go and get it. 2 Timothy chapter 2, G&T, right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 in the G&T, verse 15. What up, Ralph, King Ralph? Verse 15, it says, do your best to win full approval in the Most High sight as a worker who is not ashamed of his work, one who correctly teaches the message of the Most High's truth, right? There's only one truth and it's 100%. If you can't get it, the Lord is not dealing with you on that level. Now, some people can get offense to that, but the Lord been doing the same thing over and over again. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15 in the NLT, I keep saying that, right? Ain't nothing new. Back then, they was teaching 100% truth. They probably didn't have the full understanding of the prophecies because some of these prophecies was for the end time. And on this side, the true men of the Lord is understanding the prophecies better than the prophets of old because we're living in the time of it being fulfilled. Now, before I continue, let me greet the brother, man. Shalom, man.
Shalom.
How you doing, King?
Man, I'm all right. Just stopped in here the word real quick, man. I ain't doing nothing.
All right, that's beautiful, man. You know.
I'm with you.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So, again, like I was saying, you know, we not out here for decoration or playing. We not out here to confuse people. We not out here to give them many options. You want people to go to one direction. Because it's like, if you like, man, I'm about to step out tonight. I'm about to go do something. You like, what's your plan? Oh, my plan is going to the pool bar, and that's it. And then I'm going home. That's one destination. So when it comes to this truth, it's supposed to be one doctrine. Now, I understand we see multiple different teachers, but the Lord did that because it's only for elect. When you go into the word elect, it means a special class. That special class is not all Israel, man. When you look at a special ed in a regular class, special ed is more of a smaller class with more hands-on, right? It doesn't matter if you are a regular person. Shit, I was in special ed too because I had ADHD. I was too distracted. It wasn't that I was slow. I was just too distracted. And a lot of black people, as in statistics, they put more blacks in special ed, especially if you had ADHD, right? But outside of that, you know, when you look at the elect, they are a special class, right? And we all have our moments of ups and downs. You might learn from this teacher and that, but then the more you grow in the spirit, you don't just grow overnight. It comes by you reading a lot and you getting a harsh teacher. When you go to Luke, the 19th chapter, Yahushua said he was an all-stern man, you know? And we must know that if Yahushua all-stern, we have to be all-stern. You can't come in this thing and want a bullshit-ass teacher, right? Somebody that's making the truth a party or a market scheme. Because then when you try to make your own little thing, you'll make it a market scheme and you think you're doing a good job. The Lord is coming and he about to kill 66.6% on this side in America. That's not a light thing to just say, huh? You know, brother, we in unity. Unity means oneness, one mind. How you in unity and you over here saying the MOT be spiritual and you saying it's physical? That's not unity. If you playing basketball, you the Bulls, and I'm the Spurs. We are a fundamental team. You know, y'all doing alley-oops and dunks. When I go over there, I gotta go in the format of that team. When you come over here, you gotta get in the fundamentals. We not with all that loopy. We in the fundamentals, right? So that means if you come over here doing the loopy, we're not in the unity. This is why niggas get traded. You don't fit the roster. You don't fit our program, right? That's unity, you know? It's unity, right?
Oh, I like that.
So just getting this the verse, because I said he was all stern. This is Luke chapter 19. Trying to go straight to the point. Verse 22. And he said in red letters, and he saith unto him, out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an all-stern man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Right? And we know, this is Yahushua speaking to the servant that hid the coin and said, I knew he was an all-stern, so I hid the coin. He thought he was doing a good job. No, you wasn't. Because the Lord wants you to double up. Through the Spirit, this lets you know that Yahushua is a black man. This is like hustling. Yo, I'm gonna give you 10. When I come back, double it up. The other dude said, hey, you gave me 5, now I made it 10. You gotta double up. That's a hustler. So Yahushua, when he come back, he's all stern. He gonna see who doubled up. And even if you're not a teacher, did you double up your faith? You know, some people not even looking up, saying, oh, that's a chariot. And you tell them, they be like, nah, bro, that's a plane. Come on, bro. What's floating in the air? What's moving that fast? No plane can move that fast, and all planes have blinking lights. This light is blue, or it might be gold, or it might be red. What light? I see planes have the signal red light or blue, white light that lets you know where it's going. No plane can go straight and then turn this way. Nah, bro, that's not no chariot. Then you don't believe in the vehicles of the Lord. You don't believe the Lord got his angels, his messengers visiting this earth. You know, even Esau says something is turning on and off our nukes. You know, a dude from Congress said, yo, these UFOs come down to our damn nuke site, playing with the nukes. How can they see it, they get it, but they don't understand the power that it be, right? But us over here, you got some brothers saying, we ain't gonna get spiritual powers on this side. I'm not about to follow that man, because you don't believe in spiritual powers. Then who's your Yahushua? He's not here. Where's he at, B? You know, you got people believing in fairy tales, right? We got people that's so about the law, and they say, man, I'm perfect. I don't do no sin. Did you just lay with your wife? Yeah, bro, she on her period. You know what I'm gonna do? She lonely. You just committed a sin. You just ignoring the fact that the Lord said when she on her period, you got to remove yourself. So you ain't perfect. This is based on faith, but faith is going to move you to move different. You know, a lot of us is phony when it comes to this, you know, but really this whole thing is about the teachers. The teachers is the high example of this truth. The Lord put you in an authority, a spot to be an example for the other sheep, you know, and if you're not playing your role, the Lord is going to cast you aside, right? Let me get another side precept if I may. Which is St. John, the 15th chapter. And I just go straight to the point because I said you'll be cast into the fire. So verse 4, it said, abide in me. Abide means to remain, right? And I in you, as a branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in me. I am the vine, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I am him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered. And men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they burn, right? And people don't understand, all America gonna be destroyed, all 50 states. You know, and the Lord will put that burden on you. Like me and my brother, we had back-to-back kids at the same time. Well, his was a month before. This is how I know that that's my brother in the spirit. We had kids at the same time. We're like, man, this is not the time. But the Lord will give you kids to motivate you to go harder, because this truth is not about you. This is about all the elect. When you go to 2 Timothy 2, verse 10, he says, I endure all things for the elect's sake. When the Lord calls you to teach, you're enduring for the ones that have less belief, the weak and the poor. We ain't saying a crackhead poor. We talking about poor in spirit. You know, ones that don't know, but they want to know, right? I just said that some sheep people that's marked, they can have their window down, they could be looking at me, and I can look at them, see me, or you can have somebody walking past and they see you. They've been marked. You might not see it, but through the spirit, you were marked. In the spirit, Saint Daniel 12:2, the ones that's not cleaving now, in the heavens, they gonna be in everlasting contempt, and the Lord gonna let you see when you walk past the men of the Lord, when you knew like this was the men of the Lord, but you just didn't take it serious. People don't believe, some congregations don't believe Romans 11:26, that the 2/3 is gonna come back in the kingdom, but they're gonna have everlasting contempt for a point of time because they didn't get it on this side. I don't want that shit for me and my household. So you gotta lay yourself down. Why would the Lord give you kids and you not laying yourself down? If you too connected to this world, the Lord is going to put it in your spirit to take that MOTB, and the Lord going to destroy your whole family. Just because you took the MO. Say if you take it as a man and the rest of your family don't, because you the head of your household, your whole family going to get destroyed. And you a shepherd of your household, you know? And this is why the Lord hold us all accountable. If a brother don't want to do this work, it was better that you to be a heathen. And guess what? Heathens in America ain't making it, you know? And the elder said, he said, if you do want to preserve your life, move out of America and go where it might not get bombed. Like go to Alaska, go to freaking certain parts of Europe, because all certain lands ain't getting destroyed. Israel and America totally getting destroyed. Certain parts might get bombed, but the only main destruction is America, totally wiped, and Israel. But Israel gonna get rebuilt. If you don't want to be destroyed, go to another land, but that's the crazy thing. Now you tempting the Lord. The Lord might kill you on the way there. The Lord might kill you when he arrives and you think you safe. Because the Lord know our heart. We cannot take our lives for granted, you know? And I did things in the midst of the truth. I was teaching wrong, yelling, hey, yo, brother, come hear this word. And then look, I've been here that brother not in here. So when you look at it, it's the fruits of the spirit. Look how you just walked and you came. That's how a sheep would be. Without even knowing. Even if you're not a fervent sheep, you could be a sheep the Lord trying to talk to, but you might not hear. It's other ones that I know, either at work, and they know that they should, they should be coming, they should try to labor with brother, man, bro, I'm going through problems with my wife. Why you ain't cleaving to a man that got order in his household so that you can get that spirit? Because what's the conversation with the men of the Lord? We don't talk like we normally do. Yeah, we talk about women, look at this life, but it always go back to the Lord. It always, bro. Every time. Brothers, I'll go give me a drink, and I'm talking to my brother. We driving around, turn the music down. Man, look at this, man. Man, these niggas really don't know what's going on, right? It out of nowhere, the Lord will bring up a conversation to him again. That's how you know you dedicated to this, right? But if you always talking about bullshit and worldly things, that's where your treasure is, man. Right? Oh, that's another message.
Ooh,
right?
Lay not up treasures for the...
No, that's a good one. I was thinking of Matthew 6:21.
Okay.
That's a good one though too. That's in the same chapter. It's Matthew chapter 6 verse 21. Right? What it says. And you on point. So since you said that, I'll read 19 and 20. But the point I'm saying is 21. It says, lay up not for yourselves treasures up in upon earth, for moth or rust doeth corrupt, where thieves break through and steal. This is why we're supposed to really live a simple life. Live as much simple as you can. You can have your fun, but your life is supposed to remain towards Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Everything you do. The love for your wife is supposed to be towards the Lord. Literally, your wife, you should be giving her more about the Lord and then giving her less comfort time and enjoyment, because then your wife get too comfortable. She should be always occupied cleaning, watching the kids. Not every time outside, oh, let me take you on a date, because now she about to become those 304s. If you ain't doing this, babe, you haven't took me out. Now she getting too used to you taking her out. A woman has to see a man working for the Lord. That's why some women ain't gonna take a man too serious, right? That's just in the spirit, right? Verse 20, lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moths nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. Because Colossians 3, set your affections on things above. All your abundance is going to come from the Lord, which we going to actually gain on the earth. Because our true domain is on earth. You know, we might be able to fly up to the other heavens and to the, the other planets. Some brothers don't believe in that, but I do, right? But on the earth, this is our heavens, right? Because the Lord made this whole earth for us. This is our playground. But only the elect is going to inherit that first, So verse 21, it says, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? And if your heart not truly in this, you ain't getting it. It's a precept I'll be bringing out every week. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 6. Without thy wisdom, you are regarded as nothing. Well, you know, if you go into NLT, it says you're regarded not even as a person. If you don't have the Most High wisdom, and wisdom is not one verse. Wisdom is the breakdown, the parables, the dark sayings, and you could tell if they got the wisdom, they're always in this word, or they always speaking it, or they always teaching it. You know, they uphold themselves in it. And it's another one in Wisdom of Solomon I'll go to real quick, which is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6. And I hold on to these because I know that I teach, and I know when I'm not teaching, I have a huge household, right? And then I got brothers around me, right? So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 9. Incorruption maketh us near unto God, which is that incorruptible body, a God-like body. When you go to Zechariah 9 and 12, it tells you that you're gonna be that basically elect is gonna be like David, and they're gonna be like gods. You know, so the men of the Lord is gonna be gods, many most highs on the earth, right? And verse 20 is the point. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, right? The more you desire the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the more you're going to get to the kingdom. The more things are going to be unlocked in your mind, right? This is why brothers are able to come up with lessons. This is why you have precepts on your mind, is because you desire this wisdom. The wisdom is addictive, right? And since I quoted, I'll just go one chapter over. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if the wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. You are not even considered a person if you don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's wisdom in you. If you're not seeking it, that goes to the verse in Revelation. Their bodies lay dead in the street in spiritual Sodom and Egypt. That's not talking about literally, figuratively. It's really through the spirit. From the neck up, you're dead because you don't have no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, literally, you could tell how a man might move if he go into a restaurant or his wife go grocery shopping. There's some candy he like or certain food. Wait, hold on, what the hell is this? And he looking at the ingredients to make sure ain't no defile or abomination in there. Okay, you move. Yeah, you move in the spirit. Or like say the Olympics come, you looking like, man, all this entertainment, you start slowly watching it and you know it for what it is. You get angry at this place. You seeing women with the BBLs. You see women coming at a higher stat. You got a girl working a 9 to 5 and saying, oh, my man got to bring at least $200,000 a year. What? You work a 9 to 5 and you telling me I got to bring just to be with you? Take off that wig and show me out that. Oh, man, you a little, man, you a soft nigga. Like makeup and all of that. Guess what? When a woman take that fat off of her body and then put her in her butt, that fat is already dead. And now you putting that dead fat in your ass, now it's going to bring in odor, right? You taking weave, which come from another heathen, they cut it off, that's dead hair, and you put it on your head, or you getting factory, excuse my language, you bitches is not on the level. And we go to Sirach 26 and 25 in the GNT, it says a shameless woman is considered a bitch. In the KJV, it say dog, but in GNT, it says a bitch. They knew what these words was, and it's not playing because women were supposed to be in the house Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What is women doing? They out here single night. You got one woman got caught on the camera try to kiss her man in the mouth. He said, man, I saw you, don't you try to kiss me, sucking a whole nother man. Oh, how you know? I wasn't doing that. He said, I got cameras in my house. Oh, you doing that without my consent? Oh, now you acting like that, man, let's just go out. He said, nah, I packed your stuff, you getting out of here. Okay, then I guess I'm gonna just take you to court because you recorded me? Man, that's illegal to do. Wait, what? In my house, I've had this before I met you, and you knew this. So she want to take the defense. Women is getting too, is either his luggage ain't what it is, but his money is good. His money good, but his luggage not good. Women need to be humble, but you got women that would rather have multiple Oscar Mayer wieners in her, but a man can't have multiple wives.
Oh boy, I love you, T.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
you in your period for 7 days, and this man must be lusting. He really want it, and then he got to go watch porn. We're in the lowest state. This is why none of us should really be living our lives on this side. That's why when we went to Matthew 6 and 21, wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure. If you playing the game all day, that's your fucking treasure. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, me and my brother, we was doing music all the time. But ever since we started getting on our ass, we need to go harder. This is not the truth. Da 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 da. We had to get better to knowing that these brothers is not even feeding us. What's the real truth? We got guided where we at under the elder apostles and Great Millstone, and now I have my studio. Guess what? I don't even go in there. Even when I'm in there, a lesson come and I leave it and go do a lesson. I clean it up like me and Yerman. I got a whole mixtape waiting to drop. Can't even do it because it draws us to pay attention to our household and teach. Before, we was doing the same thing, paying attention to our household, but we was making sure we was in that recording. But brothers wasn't as diligent. Now brothers diligent, we crave to do a lesson. We crave to watch a lesson. All this shit on this side is not compared to this truth, because what is it getting us? And why doing music, brothers is making a bad example of the truth. Brother said, oh man, I did this song through the spirit. The ministry is not the music. The Lord said, go teach it. And some brothers say, hey, I don't teach, but I teach in my music. David was singing and dancing. He didn't say he was teaching in his singing. But the ones that you have in Psalms, yes, it's a song. But when you read it, it's teaching. It's real edifying, right? But the music we doing is going off of what this world is doing. If we didn't have hip hop and rap, brothers wouldn't be doing that. We would be just like David, just sitting there doing it a cappella. I can't wait till he comes, or however it is, and then somebody else would start singing it. Where they was in slavery, sweet low, sweet chariot. Where they get that from? They was singing that way back before.
Hymns and stuff.
Yeah, but that wasn't on no record. That wasn't, hey, let's get in the studio. The ministry is teaching this word, and if we care for our wives and our children, we gonna take it serious. Like the brother David, that man come to camp, but he might not be teaching. But that shows his faith. Man, I can't miss camp. Well, I gotta come to camp. Oh, I'm watching. You see the brothers from Orlando? They was getting in there. But he don't teach. Every man not called to teach, because I'm gonna show you this verse, bro. This verse scared me, and that's why I've been bringing it out to myself and to other people I know that's teaching. This joint right here. If you a teacher, man, and this was my first verse that I brought out tonight. This is James chapter 3, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. This is why it is better that some brothers don't teach, right? Because if you ain't taking it serious, you're going to be judged severe. We seen in Luke, the Lord said he's an all-stern man. All-stern mean harsh or rough. That means it's your ass when he get here.
Strict,
yeah, so it's better that you don't teach. But when you got a house, you're going to still be teaching. You still a teacher. If you got a household, you're supposed to be teaching your household of the Lord. You got to be teaching them the name. You can't be bringing them somewhere else. If you didn't master this, all that other shit is invalid. If you ain't teaching them this, who the 12 tribes lost their name, then you know what I'm saying? Because our women, our children, that's just like if you was teaching something different and all them came out the car, and you had a camp across the street and I was over here, and they went to you and then they came to me, they like, yo, you an Israelite? Yeah, I'm an Israelite. Yo, he said he an Israelite, but why are you teaching the 2/3 gonna get in the kingdom, but he's saying the 2/3 not? Or why are you saying the MOTB don't take it, and he over here saying ain't no such thing as the MOTB? Guess what? That's bringing confusion, but guess what makes it worse? You saying you an Israelite and I'm saying I'm an Israelite. Then that's gonna make Jake, man,
ain't nobody
then who should I follow?
Yeah,
it's
right.
Confusion. Y'all over here teaching this, but then now they don't have the fruits of the Spirit to understand this is only for the elect. Revelation 14 tell you that 144,000 really that's on the earth, they're teaching the doctrine that nobody knows. The song of the Lamb and the song of Moses. And they have no guile. Guile means no lie. Somebody has to fit that. That means they not lying at all from Genesis to 2nd Maccabees, Genesis all the way to Revelation.
Somebody telling the real truth.
Yeah, prophecies, parables, and dark sayings, man. And just through the fruits of the Spirit is going to draw them to teach daily. Now, I'm not dissing. This is just off of teaching wise. If the Lord told us to teach, and if I could see brothers make scheduled teaching, it's once a week, maybe 2 times a week, and I got an elder that said, look, if you don't make 3 videos out the week, you get kicked out the camp. Man, that shit hit me and all my brothers like, oh, what? Man, brothers is doing 12 videos a week, 15, sometimes even 20 out the week, because we know we can do more. Why would I'm only do 3? Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
But then you got some brothers they just think Saturday is it. Or I'm gonna only do a video on Monday. That's not enough because the sheep, we're in the flesh. We go off daily. Our memories is not in bank. Every day we gotta know the state of our flock. That, you know, the YouTube channel, the balloon popping,
Yeah.
that's for lower level men. The men of the Lord don't need to get on that, you know? That's not for us, but at the end of the day, none of them knowing what's about to happen.
Right.
This is why
They
teaching
worry about the
prophecy.
wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta know what's about to come. Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, you know, the many is gonna wax cold. You have to know false prophets. Now, it's not saying, oh, who are they? You can tell. Look, I'm just using that as an example. Now, some of them can repent, and I'm not saying names, but I'm gonna say the camp, and it doesn't matter because they can repent, but it is what it is. You got a Sakari making this a market thing. Right? Then you got brothers from the same camp that left in with them saying, hey, you can't join us unless you saying that you agree you can have sex on the Shabbat. That's a false prophet, words coming out your mouth, right? Then you got brothers bringing out prophecy saying the MOTB is spiritual. Now you got other things where they might say the 2/3 ain't going to come back in the kingdom. That is a false prophet. Now, he can still repent. If the Lord's still having him teach, he can still repent. But it is what it is. If it's not true, it's a lie.
Right.
We can go right to the verse, Ezekiel 13, right? A foolish prophet is going to teach lies, or Isaiah 30 and 10. They're going to speak smoothly.
Yes.
And the Lord say you don't have to use smooth speech to teach people or have the most precepts. Now I bang with brothers that got multiple precepts. I'm bringing out precepts without the phone, just in the mind. But it's not about. This is not a gimmick. It's not an entertainment show. This is about edifying. Right. Edifying means build up. Right. Another thing, a false prophet is not going to teach in the name. They're going to teach in a new name. That's why Paul said, if anybody teach you a new Hamashiach, we shouldn't follow. So how brothers say the Lord name is Yahweh Shai, the Father name is Yahweh, but why they teaching? You know Jesus. He came to this. You know Jesus, he came to this. They always use Jesus when they're teaching. Every breakdown, every camp. I seen it. I'm in it. I know it. And I was dissing myself. I'm dissing myself too, because I was doing it. And then a brother was like, yo, bro, you know, we should, since we know the name of the Lord, we should start just using his real name. And I'm like, but other people don't know his name. He said, this is not for everybody. Don't be a respect of persons. This is about the elect. I'm like, dang. Then precept, message, right? What is it? Romans 11 and 6. Soon as I kept hearing this and kept hearing that, it made sense to me. So I got it in my curriculum. Whenever I teach, I'm using his real name. I'm not about to use, who got on the cross? Did Jesus or Yahweh Shai?
Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. So if somebody say Jesus got on the cross, J's wasn't created when Yahweh Shai was on the earth. So what was his name? So why would I teach in Jesus if that Jesus nigga didn't go on the cross? And Jesus was a name used for Caesar Borgia. The Lord just put that in here because he removed our names from the earth, and he removed his name so we wouldn't know. But his elect was going to come back. That's Baruch 2 and 30. In the land of our captivity, we're going to remember him. In the land of our captivity, we're going to praise his name. Why didn't it just say Lord or God? Because Lord and God is a title. A name is, what's your name? My name is Adar Gabar, right? So Romans 11 and 7, it says, I'll start at 5. Even so then, at this present time also there is a remnant, which means remaining, according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more works? Otherwise, grace is no more grace. And that's just showing that you should be doing the work. Especially with your faith, you should be doing the work. But really in the spirit, it's not really about your works, because the elect is going to obtain it. The next verse is going to say it. It says, otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace? Otherwise, works is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3 and 4. It says, it said the gospel was hid to some of you. Why is that? Because the God or the prince of this world has blinded you, right? Niggas, is a lot of niggas in this truth. They'll, right before they video, they'll promote a business. Oh, I got clothes, I got hats, I got shoes, and then get in the lesson. No, show me in the Bible a prophet did that. I'll wait. Yahweh Shai came down and threw over the temple and said, y'all making my temple a den of thieves.
selling stuff.
Yeah. You got to do it separate. Now, you do it separate. Now, I'm doing the video, and then maybe an hour later.
And they're doing it on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
That's double.
Yeah. And you doing it on the same page you teaching on.
Right.
You know, you shouldn't be selling your market on the page you teaching. Now it's confusing. Now you got people buying the merch before they watching the video. Oh, I just bought me some boo. You got people, I'm wearing fringes, but not one time they got a lesson right.
They ain't thinking about the lesson no more.
You be like, yo, the Lord is only here for the elect. No, they not. Show me a verse. Man, I don't know. I just know the Lord, he cares for all Israel. All Israel can get saved. Bro, it don't say that. So then that shows you only in here for the possessions you can get. And some people was in here just for the title, you know? Then you got brothers saying, oh, if I go to a certain camp that wear t-shirt fringes, bro, where your fringes at? Brothers was in that mood, where your fringes at, B? But when you go to that verse, it says fringes on a garment. When you look up that word garment, it's overhead, a robe, or a dress. Then, oh, what's the modern garment? A t-shirt is still not a garment, even if it's a modern clothing. A garment was supposed to cover your private.
Right, so you saying the brothers that got fringes on their t-shirts it's
not wrong with having fringes on your t-shirt.
Not a garment. It's not the garment that the Bible says.
Yeah, so
okay,
that's you're basically going off. Especially when you go to camp, you should have a garment on. Because the ones that have fringes on their shirt, some of them be over righteous. Hey, yo, brother, say if you know you a Hebrew. Hey, yo, brother, say if they don't know. Hey, yo, brother, hey, you know you an Israelite. Be like, yeah, I know I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Judah. Where your fringes at? Now you feeling guilty and all of that. But then if you knew and understood words, this is why the apostles go into words. And them same brothers be like, hey, you ain't got to go to words to everything. It's the trick. Okay, John 3:16. What's that word for world? Cosmos. Can you show me? I don't see cosmos in the scripture. Okay, if you go to the blue letter, then you stop and wait, hold on. You just said the word don't matter for this, but then for that. Well, for some cases you can in that. No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
When you go to the prologues of Sirach, it says things that's written in the original tongue is stronger. What's the original tongue? Hebrew. In the New Testament, that's Greek. Then in this, of course you got Hebrew, but words get mixed up. Ezekiel 9:4, that's M-A-R-K. Ezekiel 9:4, Revelations 13, M-A-R-K. They're not the same meaning. You go to the blue letter, one say charagma, one say tav. One says judgment from exemption, which is Ezekiel 9:4, and one says charagma, following the Antichrist. So if they're both spelled the same word, why the meaning of it? Because that's both two different translations.
Does it mean like you being marked by two different
Yeah,
things?
one is spiritual, which is the mark of the Lord. Yeah. Revelations 15, you're gonna have the name of the Lord in your head, which right now, if you teaching in the name, you basically got that spiritual mark, but you have to endure to the end for it to be fulfilled. And then the other mark is the physical thing following the system to buy and sell. Like, people don't get it. You, like me and you can tap our phone to pay for something, a credit card. You can, you can go online and pay. That's the digital payment. We don't have to use cash as much anymore. Eventually, it's about to be all digital. Right. Brothers is not getting that on this side in the so-called truth. Technically, that would be a false prophet. And I'm gonna bring out a verse right before that which you came, just because of what I said. Why would he say this in this verse? Because I don't see a percentage. Because this word is this word. This is Proverbs 4:2. I saw that one. It says, "Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to no knowledge. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law." Doctrine, that consists of instructions, knowledge, wisdom, parables, dark sayings, and prophecy. He didn't say 50, didn't say 40. He said, I give you good doctrine. Good is a complete word. Right. Bad is a complete word. Right. It's no mixing. If you a good person, ain't no mix. You're good. Right. So he's saying good doctrine. Ain't no flaunting.
If you're good, you're not bad.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, your doctrine is supposed to be solidified. So if somebody asks you a question, what's the charagma? Can I wear blind hair? Wait, Ezekiel 13, you can't wear blind hair. That's abomination.
Clean.
Yeah. So you're supposed to be teaching raw truth. The Lord said he's not a respecter person. How anybody feel? Why would he still say false prophets? And then the Ecclesiastes 3:15, the same thing that already, look, and I'll even read it for you. This is one of my favorite verses now. And I just reread it because I was going through some with a child of mine, and I had to read this because things happen for a reason. And when you hear this, it's like, wow. So especially if brothers is not trying to serve the Lord, this is the same spirit that happened back then. This Ecclesiastes 3 in the NLT, just to make it more plain. What is happening now has happened before. What will happen in the future has happened before, because the Most High makes the same thing happen over and over again. Okay, let's look in the past. Now we talking about a charagma, buy and sell, and that's going to show if you following the Antichrist. Back then, when you was in Rome, if you was doing a gladiator, you would be branded so that they would know who owned you.
Right.
In slavery, if you was to run away, you know, or if a dude like, oh, I want that girl, right before they sell her off, they'll burn her face so she don't look good no more. Now, say if she did ran away or she got traded, they would know who she belonged to because she was branded. That's the same thing, but in this brand, it's gonna be new. You can't buy or sell, and it's an example that you follow their system. So it goes hand in hand, but this one makes it worse. You gotta buy and sell with this mark.
Right.
So ain't nothing new. We just read it. The same thing that happened back then, it ain't nothing new, but with this captivity, it's the worst out of all because of technology. How you got a nuke that can go from China or Russia and from there to here in 33 minutes? They just made a new nuke that can get from Russia to America in 25 minutes. No, I think it's Korea. That's the other side of the world, 25 minutes. Then you got brothers bringing out the revelations of 200,000 is a manned army. But really, when you really read it and look at this time, it's really 200 million missiles that's going to come and hit America. Like 300, I'm going to shoot out arrows that's going to black out the sky.
Yeah.
So they're going to shoot 200 million missiles all the way over here in order to destroy this place. And with the laser beams from the chariot, destroying niggas, destroying the 2/3. That's in Peter, the 4th chapter, verse 17. Judgment going to happen with us first. This is why niggas is dying at a high rate. But when Jacob trouble come, it's going to get worse. And in that time, we going to know who the real chosen. And a lot of people ain't taking it too serious right now. You know what I'm saying? I know some Edomites right now that say, yo, man, they better get it right, man. Everybody about to have an implant. You're like, wait, hold on. Wait, where you get that from? Shoot, Elon Musk and all them talking about it. He not even saying the Bible, but you a whole heathen and you know it, but it's people in the truth that don't. You know? So at the end of the day, I'm not about to follow somebody that's not bringing out this MOTB. I'm not about to follow somebody that got the women on the corner while they teaching. Now you making your job double time. The women on the corner while you teaching, there's somebody come up, hey yo bro, stay away from the women. Yeah. Bro, they supposed to be at home. Right. They trying to make it just like a Christianity church, bringing the wives and the kids. They're supposed to be for the men, and the women that don't know that's walking, they come up, hear the word, then you send them on their way.
Keepers at home. Right?
Yeah. No woman's supposed to get a chair and sit down and hear this word. You can give her what she want, you feed her, and you send them on their way. A real sheep gonna get fed, go home, they gonna come back again. Or they gonna take your YouTube and they gonna watch daily. Because he said, I watch daily at the gates. If you ain't watching daily at the gates, who's at the gates? The supporters of the door. That's Numbers 12 and 7. It says that Moses was faithful unto the Lord. When you go into the etymology of faithful, it means supporter of the door. St. John chapter 10, verse 9. I am the door. Who's the door? Yahushua. So to be a supporter of the door, you're always teaching his word. Revelations 19 and 10, the testimony and the spirit of Yahushua is prophecy. So you must bring out prophecies to be in the spirit of Yahushua. That's why if you ain't teaching the MOTB right, you're not in the spirit of Yahushua. I'm not better than nobody. How can I be better than anybody? And I didn't get translated like Elijah. It's just going off of what these prophecies says, and it goes off of sound doctrine. Sound doctrine is oneness, singing the same song. If oh man, we should all get together and just bring our doctrine together. What the hell is this, a goulash sandwich? It's supposed to be one consist thing. It's either turkey or turkey bologna or mother sucking roast beef. Yeah. You know, if you want a assorted sub, you go to them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you know, you gotta take this truth more. We have to take this truth more serious because it's really gonna be our ass, man. And this is scary. I got kids, so that's why it's more scary. Because my kids, they just think about play, no reading. Because it's more about us. It's about the adults. And if we ain't doing it, then you don't really care for your children. And that hit me every day. If I ain't doing the lesson, if I ain't reading, especially if I'm not around brothers that's in a like-minded spirit, I'm not trying to get my kids into the kingdom. That's how I look at it. And at the end of the day, the Lord say, a man that don't provide for his household is worse than an infidel. You provide for your house financially, spiritually, and mentally, and of course for your wife physically. How do you provide spiritually? This word. So if you ain't providing this word, then every time I tell my kids I love you, and I'm not giving them this, you don't really love them. You love them by a physical attribute.
You don't want them suffering to pass through the fire, right?
Yeah.
For sure, bro.
I love you, bro.
I love you too, man. Dang. Yeah, I'll be looking for you every day. You know, I work down there, so when I walk by, I'll be always looking over here. I just caught you by yourself today.
God.
Man, dude.
Man, it is what it is, man. Just hit me up whenever, bro.
Contact with you.
All right, King. Be easy, man. Hey, we all did, man. All right, Shalom, King. Right, that was beautiful, family. You know, I'm gonna keep the motion going, right? Because the brother came. I know the brother. You know, sometimes when you want to will them in, and you want them to understand. Sometimes you be getting vibration. Brothers be watching certain things, and they not hearing certain things, man. They not hearing the prophecies, and they might hear it in a comfortable state. You know, and when you really start growing, like Yarmayan, what he said in the live earlier today, he said the more you grow in this thing, the more you understand, but the more circumspect, more caution you is in this place, right? Because you can't stand the way people live. You can't stand this society, right? And the more you grow in this truth, the more you're supposed to take it more serious. You got to take it on high demand, you know? And if you want to play with this truth, it's a playground right around the street, you know? You got to take this serious, right? And this is sometimes you scare people when you start letting them know when you got kids, you know, because this is bigger than us, you know, especially if the Lord didn't make you adult, then that'd be different. But the Lord got you as an adult now. It's no excuses, man. Nobody, this is why the channel say 716, 100% truth, no excuses, right? And if anybody that watch this channel and you get offended, I'm gonna let you know, this channel, we only follow Great Millstone, right? Starting with the Elder Apostle, Elder Tahara on down. If you love it or if you don't, I can care 3 pennies. I can care less, because it's not for you. We're not out here for entertainment. I'm not out here to show you the shoe collection. I'm not out here to look pretty, even if I look good or if I look ugly. This is about being edified and being prepared for worse to happen. If you can't get in line, step the fuck aside, right? So let's finish this off, man. That was beautiful. That got me motivated. This is Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 5. They were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered, right? And we already seen in certain verses where these sheep, they're in the midst of wolves, right? And those wolves are beasts, right? They are surrounded, they're around you to devour you, to break you down, to mess up your discomfort, right? If we may, let's go back to Ezekiel 33. Let's get Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 21. I'm going to start at 20. It says, yet ye say that the way of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is not equal. O ye house of Israel, I will judge you, every one after his ways. Starting with you so-called teachers, you believe the ways of the Lord is unequal, right? When you put in Yahushai over the law, you want to make the law over Yahushai when the law came from the heavens. False prophet, right? 21, it says, and it came to pass in the 20th year of our captivity, in the 10th month, in the 50th day of the month, that one that had escaped out of Jerusalem came unto me, saying, the city is smitten. Now the hand of the Lord Yahweh was upon me in the evening of 4. He that was escaped came and had opened my mouth until he came to me in the morning, and my mouth was open, and I was no more dumb, right? Because when you go a little above in this chapter, the Lord closed Ezekiel's mouth and made him dumb, right? And that's going to happen on this side, which let me get that precept, because I had a friend A brother of mine, he was saying that this prophecy already happened. And I can hear you, but no. Sometimes things already happen, but it's going to happen again. We read it in Ecclesiastes 3:15. It's going to happen again, but it's going to be worse in this time, right? Because without the light in the world, which right now is the men of the Lord working through the Rakak Wadash of Hamashiach Yahushai, when that light get removed off of the streets and off of these YouTube channels, it's going to be complete darkness, right? So this is Amos chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the word, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? The Lord is going to remove this word and make the men of the Lord dumb. Not like literally dumb. He's going to make them dumb where they don't speak. Right? Like Zacharias in the book of Luke, where they was thinking that he couldn't get his wife pregnant. So the Lord made his mouth dumb. He couldn't speak until what was spoken to him was fulfilled, which was a child of John the Baptist, right? And the Lord is going to make the men of the Lord on this side dumb, right? You wicked teachers, y'all have a role, and y'all role is to falsely prophesy, right? Let's go to Numbers 27. Let's go to Numbers 27. I think we're going to start at 15. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to start at, this is Numbers 27, verse 15. And Moses spake unto the Lord Yahweh, saying, let the Lord Yahweh, the God of the spirit of all flesh, set a man over the congregation. Right? This is to let the women know, especially when you get in this truth, don't take it offense. It is better that you just yield and just do your stuff behind the screen, dealing with women. Now, I'm not in control of anybody's house. It just helps. So it's like I seen a woman like, yo, why is all these negative comments? I'm speaking to the Lord. If you don't want, this is why the Lord didn't put you in a position to teach. Don't use your position and go too high above. And if your husband allowing it, and you really going fervent and allowing these comments to go on, it's not for you. It's better that you teach the kids behind the screen, and you teach single women behind the screen if you get a chance. Don't try to get your light shine, right? Because the Lord will send men to watch you. This is not about the men on this side. Salaki. This is not about the women on this side. This is about the elect men. The light is all on them, right? From the righteous to the wicked, to the wicked to the righteous. The light is on you. When you go to Apollo, you step on the stage of your turn, they got that bright light right in your face. The light is on the elect and the wicked of our nation, right? So that the elect children that's going to get raised up and edified in this truth, they're going to know who not to follow because of the light, the true light. Verse 17, it says, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, which may lead them out, which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord Yahweh be not as the sheep which have no shepherd, right? And we go back to Zechariah, the 13th chapter. When you go to verse 7, when you kill the shepherd, the sheep scattered. The true shepherd is Yahushua, right? We got scattered, right? But you got to understand that all the men of the Lord, when we got removed from teaching the children of Israel, Israel became worse. Isaiah, Jeremiah, we became worse. Zedekiah had chances to listen to Jeremiah, but he didn't. Guess what? Later on, he got his eyes taken out, and his children, and I think soldiers or his doorkeepers, they all got killed. If you not listening to the Lord would talk to you twice. But if you don't perceive this message, it's your ass, right? That was beautiful, right? I'm gonna go to this one if I can. Jeremiah 10 and 21. Come on. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 21. For the pastors are I'm gonna start at 19. It says, woe is me for my hurt. My womb is grieved. But I say truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it. My tabernacle is spoiled. The tabernacle of David, the 12 tribes of Israel is spoiled, and all my cords are broken. My children are gone forth of me, and they are not. There is none to stretch forth my tent anymore, and to set up my curtains. For the pastors are become brutish. What is brutish? Stupid. What is sottish? Stupid. Right? And it says, and have not sought the Lord Yahweh, therefore they shall not prosper, and all their flocks shall be scattered. Right? And some of y'all right now, y'all think y'all prospering, but when Jacob's trouble come, they're going to be scattered. Literally, actually, when the MOTB come. And there's brothers out here that know what the MOTB is physical, but they teach it once a month, every other week. You know, we supposed to be updating that so that the sheep, the state of our flock, the sheep can understand, do not take it. Put it in your program, in your mind, in your heart. Can't take it, can't take it. Don't cleave the money. Don't cleave to this job. Don't cleave to these shoes. Don't cleave to this. Don't cleave to that. The more you put your mind on it, the more you helping yourself not to take it, right? And it helps. The more we teach it, that shows consideration for the sheep. We care for the sheep. We care for the state of our flock, right? Back to Ezekiel 34, verse 6. My sheep wander through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search and seek after them, right? And where we at right now, the sheep in America is scattered to left, right, trigger, square, square. Nobody is seeking after them, right? But the true men of the Lord, they're seeking them. How is they seeking? By the unicorn. It's not going on your corner, because the Lord even tell you go into a house or a city. He didn't say go to individuals. He said when you go to a house or a city, if they don't receive you, kick the dust off your feet and go to the next. So brothers go to this area of the city, of the town, go to that area, go to that area. Nobody receiving us. So we kicking the dust off of our feet. And when we turn, we leaving you to your fate, right? But we're searching the sheep even more by the World Wide Web. When we come out to the highways and the byways, we searching for the sheep by making posts. Everybody can see me on this main street. And I try to post a link on, certain social media outlets that I know, and other people might do it too. The sheep know where we at, especially if they in the town, they know where we at. The sheep know, especially by YouTube, they can get the notification, they can turn it off, or they might watch it later, right? The true sheep of the Lord gonna watch it. Sometimes it might be, some brothers be like IUIC said, if you don't got 1,000 views, you not of the elect. If you wearing different colors, you're not of the elect. This is what they said, bro. If you got less than 1,000 people in your camp, you're not of the elect. Where it says that in the scriptures. If you don't put your hand to the plow, you can't even be considered a disciple. What the heck is y'all talking about? When he was talking to Peter, he told him to feed his sheep. He didn't say nothing about a team, even though it was camps back then. Pharisee camp, Sadducees camp, right? It was camps back then. But the Lord, Yahweh was directly talking to Peter. Feed my sheep. That was an individual, right? So how much more are we going to take it on this side as an individual or a camp? Feed my sheep. This is why the elder apostle, I follow this, man, to the core. If you not making at least the minimum 3 videos out the week, cut off the YouTube, bro. Remove yourself from the camp, right? Then if you do, it's no way, I'm telling you, if you could do 3, it's going to happen you could do more than 3. It's going to happen. If you're doing 5, it's going to mostly happen you're going to do more than 5 out the week. A quick exhortation, few verses, maybe go into somewhere of a prophecy or a correction video, right? The sheep is trying to be fed. This is old country buffet in the spirit, baby. Now, I don't want to hold y'all too long. Lord willing, we can keep going back into that. Maybe the next one we can go into is the judgment on Israel shepherds. Right? Yeah. Next time we probably could do that. I don't want to hold y'all too long. I believe that y'all could be fed, well fed, Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect, regardless if you hear or forbear. We're going to face the east, and give glory and honor to the one true power. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakak, Dash. And double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and prophets of Great Millstone, who rule well in the spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that scatter four corners of the earth in the same spirit. Lord willing, you can continue to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Aquathium that are believers of this word. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. So with that, shalom, Yahweh speed.